So I'm going to import NumPy and Pandas, and the data set which we have working is called as liver patient data set. And just 2 minutes. Yes. So we have imported NumPy and Pandas, and then we have loaded the data set, that is liver patient data set. And in this data set, we have seen with respect to the head, tail shape, columns, keys, data types, and iLock, lock, how to access a single column, multiple columns, and what is the difference between lock versus iLock, index, and sorting, how to add a column, how to drop a column, how to drop a single column, how to drop multiple columns. Similarly, how to drop a single row, how to drop multiple row, and what is meant by duplicates, and what we have to do with the duplicates, and what is meant by missing values, and how we have to treat the missing values, right? Next, next one is with respect to filter. So in the last class, we have discussed a few things. Now let us continue from the filtering part. Now, what is meant by filtering part? Filtering means based on the condition, you are going to extract the data. Extract or selecting the data based on the condition. You are going to extract the data based on the either single condition or multiple conditions. Okay, in a given data set, you are going to extract the data based on the requirements, right? Now, so in the last class, we have done with respect to this fill NA, we have filled the values, right? After filling the values, once this now, if we are having the data set in this way, now let us open the data set. Whatever the data set we are having, let us see this data set. Now in this data set, this is the data set where I'm having age, gender, TB, DB, TP, and liver patient, right? These are the things. Now, if I consider this one, DF of gender is equal to male. Now, what is the condition I'm writing is this one. Do you remember in the NumPy, mask indexing or fancy indexing, which we have discussed in the NumPy, right? Do you remember that? What is that NumPy fancy indexing, or what is meant by this fancy indexing or with respect to mask indexing? Now, what is meant by fancy indexing or mask indexing means nothing but, where is that? Right? Nothing but, for example, you are having an array like this, 10, you are having an array of 10, 4, 1, 2, 4. Now you are writing, this is array A, this is an array. Okay. Now A divisible by 2 is equal to 0. Equal to means you are checking whether it is equal to 0 or not. Means you are going to get the first one as true, The second one as true, and the third one is false, and the fourth one is true, and the fifth one is true. You're going to get like this. Now I'm going to get the output as true or false, but I don't want the numbers. Whichever satisfies this one, that numbers I want. I don't want the true or false. I want the numbers. Then what we are going to do? Within the A, whichever satisfies this condition, it is going to print. Now, what is the output? 10, 4, 1, 2, 4. This is the output I'm going to get. Sorry, 10 to 2, 4. This is the output which I'm going to get. Now, just if I apply the same logic here, just I'm doing import NumPy. I'm going to apply the same thing here, import NumPy as NP. And if I execute this one, I'm going to get the output as 10, 4, 2, 4. If I don't write A off, if I don't write this word of A off, then what is the output I'm going to get? Either true or false, because double equal to output is comparison operator. For comparison operator, the output is either true or false. So I'm going to get true, true, false, true, true like this. And when I have written after this A off, when I have written the A off word, then what it is going to happen? It is going to check within the A which are satisfying the conditions. This condition, whatever the given condition, how many of them are satisfying, and those records it is printing. This we have seen in the NumPy. Same to same will be working in the pandas also. So now pandas, df of gender. How to access a single column? Df of gender. It will access the single column. Single column is equal to, means in this column, you are going to check whichever the records are equal to male. Now it is going to check first one. It will check whether it is condition is true or false. True. So it is going to take like this. First one is true. Second one is false. True, 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 false, true, false, true. You are going to get output like this. Now, if you ask the up to here, you are going to get the output like this. True, false, true, 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 and false, true, and false, true. The output will be like this because here there is a comparison operator. For comparison operator, the output is either true or false. I want within the data frame. Now I want the records within the data frame which satisfies this condition. I want the records within the data frame which satisfies this condition. Similarly, within the NumPy array which satisfies a condition, within the data frame which satisfies this condition. Now I will get only the male records. I will separate in this way the male records. So by writing the condition, we are going to extract the data. One of the most important part, because based on our conditions, we are going to select the data, and based on the data, we are going to analyze. Right? So here, once again, df of age greater than 70. Now it is going to check wherever the value is greater than 70, that record, one, nothing is there. Only one record is satisfying the condition. So only one record it is going to print. Whichever the record satisfies that condition, it is going to print. Right? Now, is the clear? Concept is clear. If you write up to here, it is called as condition. For the condition, you will get the output either true or false. When you have written this one inside the df, then automatically that particular records will be selected. Means the meaning of this one is df of condition. You have to write df of condition. That is the syntax. df of condition. What is the meaning of this? Means whichever the records, which records satisfy condition, those will be selected. Which records satisfy the condition, those records will be selected. Which satisfies the condition, those records will be selected. Right? Now, coming to the next one. Here, I'm having multiple conditions this time. Condition number 1, condition number 2. When you are having two conditions or more than one condition, the syntax is, for writing the multiple conditions, what is the syntax? What is the syntax? Syntax. What is the syntax? Means syntax is df of bracket. You are going to take the same bracket, whatever you have done for the single one. But instead of this, you are writing the condition 1, or you are going to use or and, any one of them. When you are having multiple conditions, you have to go with the logical operator, either or and condition number 2. Condition 2. You are going to select like this. So df of condition 1 or condition 2, the syntax you have to use bracket. Each condition should be separated with a individual bracket. How many conditions you are having? You can select for each of them one condition, but each of them should be in a brackets. That is the syntax. So syntax is within the df, you have to take the condition 1, condition 2, each condition in one bracket separately. For example, I'm taking like this only. Let us take like this. Above, whatever the above we have taken, this is condition number 1. Okay, this is condition number 1. We have seen what is the condition number 2. This
df of age is greater than or equal to 70, or not or, and I'm going to take the end. And second condition, what is the second condition I'm going to select? Miss, this one is the second condition. Now what it is going to do, this is the condition number 1 and this is the condition number 2. Now whenever I've written this 2 like this, automatically it is going to check how many records satisfy both the conditions. End means both of them should be satisfied. This should be true. At the same time, this also should be true. Then only the finally output is true. End condition. Huh? So end means both the conditions should be true. Then only the output is true. So what it is going to do? First, it will open the df. First, it will open the data frame, df, whatever the df is there. Now in the df, first it will check the condition number 1. First record, whether the age is greater than 70, yes, true. Male, true, yes. Since both of them are true, this is satisfied. Next, 70, no, false. This is false. False and false output is false. So it is not going to be selected. Whichever will satisfies the condition, it is going to select those records. Now coming to this one, this is true. Sorry, this is false and this is true. False and true. What is the final output of false and true? False only. False means that record should not be selected. Whichever finally the record output is true, only those records will be selected. Now if you ask like this, so here I have to mention the brackets. First, when we are having the multiple conditions, you have to take in the brackets. This is condition number 1 and this is condition number 2. So how many records are satisfying the condition? Means first record only satisfies, but I don't want true or false. I want the output. Means df of. You have to write df of. Then whichever the record final output is true, that record will be printed. Is that clear? Now this, if you want to save, you can save into a new data frame as per your choice. I'm not saving. Every time I'm not saving. It is just printing only. In this case, it's just printing. It is not saving. Right? If you want to save, means create a new data frame. df1. df1 is equal to whatever the right side part is there, everything will be completed. After that, it will store in the left side part. Right? Now, this one is either or. So whenever there is an end condition, end you have to use the end symbol. For or, you have to use the or symbol. You can't use the AND, you can't use OR. That is in the core Python. In the pandas, the syntax is with respect to end and or. Okay. Now, what is meant by or? Or means any one, either of this one or this one. Either the either record should be either greater than 65 or it should be female record. Any one is okay. So it is going to be satisfying and female also satisfied. Both are satisfied. But 7 is satisfied. First one is not satisfied, but second condition is satisfied. Or means any one. Any one should satisfy. Right? Now it is what is the concept of this one means? It is a concept of in the backend. What is the program they have written means with respect to using the NumPy fancy indexing. If you remember this concept is easy. In the NumPy, whatever we have discussed this one, if you remember this one, this is easy. To remember this one, we know that how to apply the for loop. Within the for loop and within that condition and whichever the condition satisfies, that it is going to append. It is going to take the append function and whatever the values are satisfied, it is going to append into an empty list. NumPy we have learned in this way. NumPy is nothing but for loop with append function is called as NumPy.
that we have discussed already. Now, if you remember this one in the core Python, this is easy. If you remember this one, this is easy. Without learning anything, if you see this one, again, it will be new. If this is easy, SQL will be easy. Because in the SQL, we are going to select by writing, we are going to select the data by using the word called as where. There is one keyword called as within the SQL called as where. Where means wherever the condition satisfies. So the syntax is select the data where condition. This is the syntax in the SQL. Same syntax in Python is this one. Okay, both will be the same. Is that clear? Now, whatever the SQL people will do, SQL developers means related to SQL developer, again, different roles are there. Okay, related to SQL. Now, as a data scientist, as a data scientist, how we use SQL. How we use the SQL means where we use SQL. Instead of how, let us ask the question where. Where we use the SQL, or in what way you are going to use the SQL means within the SQL means SQL is a language name. Basically, it is a language name. There will be one database. Some database will be there. In the data, inside the database, we'll have tables. Table 1, table 2, table 3, table 4. Now, inside the one table, this is one of the table only. Whatever the data frame you are saying, this is one of the table. Assume this is one of the table. Whatever that this is there, this is the one of the table in the SQL database. Assume. Now, what is the work of the data scientist using the SQL? You know, he has to extract the data. Extract the data based on requirements. Extracting the data based on the requirements. SQL data scientist will use the SQL to extract the data only, not to insert the data, not to create the database, creating the database, connecting the data, connecting the tables. These are all the work of SQL developers. As a data scientist, already the data will be there. Already the data will be there. Just we are going to extract the data as per our requirements, which is related to project. Based on the requirements means based on the project. Whatever the project you are going to work for that project, which data is required, that data only you are going to extract. Which data is not required, that you are not going to extract. Right? So you are going to extract the data based on the project requirements, completely based on the project requirements. So for data scientist within the SQL, that's we require data query language. Data query language. Data query language means select command. This is the one which we required in the SQL. Okay, the entire SQL we require this one. This is the major part. This is the heart, not heart, everything. Entire body also this one only. Okay, completely this one only. We are going to work only on this one. This is equal to our pandas data frame. Both are same. If you learn the pandas perfectly, and if you learn how to extract the data by using log, ilog, or by using with respect to this filter methods, and how to work on everything, if you understand here, for you SQL is 1 day. 1 day or maximum. If you freshers first time you are listening SQL, also maximum 2 days. Nothing will be there. Okay. Now, so here the data, whatever the data we are having. So just by writing the conditions, we are going to extract the data. End means both the conditions should be true. Or means any one of the conditions should be true. Is that clear? Now you can use end and or. Similarly, how we know that in the logical operators. Do you remember in the core Python we have discussed the logical operators? What is this logical operators? Within the logical operators we are having logical or, logical and logical not, right? Whichever is not satisfying that one. So logical not. So here if you have with respect to 3 of them, first priority goes with the not, followed by and followed by or. The same thing will be applied here also. First and will be applied, followed by or will be applied. First these 2 it is going to check. Whatever the result you have got, that will be checked with this one. Means to be more simplified, first for example, first record, it is going to take the record number 1. Record 1 is, first record is false, true, false. You are having for first record 3 options like this. First it will apply the true and false. What is the true and false? Option is false. Now false or false, what is the option? Final answer, false. Now since the final answer is false, it will not select that record. That record will not be selected. right? If what is the final answer? The final answer will tell that whether the record should be selected or not the individual answers. Final answer. What is the final answer, right? So if you are having logical AND and logical OR, first it will apply to the AND followed by OR. Sir, now not. What is meant by not? For example, let us take like this. So here we are having with respect to so df of age is greater than or equal to 70 means how many records are satisfying this one? 1. Opposite to this is remaining 9 records will satisfy opposite to that. Now opposite to that, how we are going to take in terms of greater than or equal to less, opposite is less than. If you ask like this, the same answer you will get. Or second option you are having is keep as it is, this one as it is. Instead of starting here, you have to keep the not symbol. Now also you'll get with respect to which will not satisfy those records. Right? Now not, this is not. This is the meaning of not. Okay. Which will be below to your escape button. In your keypad, it will be below to your escape button. Right? Now, so this is called as not. Now if you don't write this one, it is which satisfying this condition. If not miss, what is the meaning of not miss? Which are not satisfying this condition. Is that clear? Which are not satisfying this condition, it is going to select. Which satisfies the condition, it will be selected. Right? That is not. Now it is not or and. 3 of them are clear. Whenever you are having the multiple conditions, you are going to use either and or or. If you are having a single condition means you are going to use directly, or opposite to that is not. Not true is false. Right? Now, next one is called as value counts. Now, what is meant by value counts? Value counts means nothing but value. Value counts. Two words are there. Value means category. Value means category. Counts means how many are there. How many are there? That is the meaning. Right? Sir, we can't use this not symbol. No, that not symbol we can't use. That is not as per the Pandas syntax. That not symbol where you can use means comparison operator, that is not equal to. Equal to means double equal to. This is double equal to, right? For example, here you are having double equal to. You want to write not equal to here. In this case, you want to write not equal. Then how you can write? That is not, this is not equal to. In that case. Done? Now, value means category. Counts means how many are there. For example, df of gender dot unique. Dot unique means it is going to say what are the unique categories are there. Now, what are the unique categories of gender are there? So first it is going to open the df. First it will open the df. Within the df, first it will take the first, okay, male. Followed by female. Followed by male already repeated. Female completed. So it is going to check like this, and male and female. These are the two unique categories. So it is going to give the output as male and female. Okay, now male and female unique categories are okay. Now how many males are there? How many females are there? In this data set, how many males and how many females are there? 7 males, 3 females are there. The same thing I want. How I can get means you can ask df of gender, same to same, means first it will extract that particular column, gender column. After extracting that gender column, dot value counts. Value counts. Now what is meant by value counts means first it will take the value. Value means nothing but unique category. Unique category here, what are the unique categories are there? Male. And second unique category is female. So it is going to count the how many males are there, how many females are there. How many males are there means 3 males, and how many males are there means 7. How many females are there means 3. Is that clear? That is called as value counts. Value counts means first it will identify the unique categories, and for each unique category, how many counts are there, it will identify. This is applied on the discrete variable. This is applied on the discrete variable. Value counts or unique categories, we are going to apply on the discrete variable. Now here, one more column is called as liver patient. we are having one more column called as liver patient where discrete categorical is there. Now, if I write liver patient dot unique, what is the answer I'm going to get? Yes and no's. And value counts means how many yeses are there, how many no's are there. So how many yeses are there? 7 yes and 3 no's. The same thing, 7 yes and 3 no's. Right? Next, whatever the value counts you have got, you are going to make a plot. The plot is bar plot. So you are going to take a bar plot. So where yes of maximum height of 7 will be there, no with a maximum height of 3 will be there. Just you are going to take a bar plot. The bar plot you are going to get directly after value counts dot plot kind is equal to bar. Kind now from here to here, first it will take the data. The data it will get as yes with a 7, no with 3. Means the data is ready. Using that data, it is going to plot. Whatever the data is there, that it is going to plot. So each category will be represented on the x-axis. Whatever the count is there, that is the height. It is going to take the height. So this is also called as discrete frequency distribution. Right? Now, sir, here, for example, discrete frequency distribution, instead of bar, if I take pi, one more, pi means pie chart. Now, what is meant by pie chart? So, for example, how many S's are there? 7. How many no's are there? 3. Now, total is 10. Now, this is going to take this percentage, 7 by 10. Okay. And 3 by 10, which is nothing but 70%. 3 by 10 is nothing but 30%. Now, it is going to take a circle. A circle will consist of 360 degrees. For 360 degrees into 0.7, that is 70%. Na? 70% is nothing but 0.7. So 360 degrees into 0.7, whatever the answer it is going to get from here, it will start from here and it is going to take in the anti-clockwise direction. By default, anti-clockwise. So anti-clockwise means it will come in this direction. 70%. What is the 70% value? 360 into 70. What would be the value? 252. So it is going to take 252 from here to here. This is 252 degrees. Up to 252 degrees, it is yes. Now, 360 into 0.3, that is nothing but balance 108 degrees is no. From here, 108 degrees. Now, sir, okay, this is okay. Let us take one more example. I'm having 3 categories, X, Y, Z. 3 categories are there. This one is 4, this one is 8, this one is 14, something you are having. Now, first, it is going to calculate what is the percentage of 4. What is the percentage of 4 means first you have to take the total. What is the total? 4 plus 8, 12, 12 plus 14, which is 26. Now 4 by 26. First you calculate the percentage. 8 by 26, calculate the percentage. 4 by 26, calculate the percentage. If you do that adding of these 3%, it will be 100% on. Okay, obviously it will be the 100% because if you add everything means 26 by 26, which is equal to 100%. Now first you calculate the what is the percentage. And if you got the percentage as, let us assume this is percentage is 0.15. This percentage is 0.554 and this percentage is 0.36. 0.31. Okay, something you are having like this, assume. Now just it is going to multiply into 360, whatever the value into 360. So according to that, it is going to fill. From here, whatever the value you have got here, that value. So for example, I have got with respect to 15% of the 360, which is equal to 15% means 45 degrees. So 45 degrees, it is going to take up to 45 degrees. This is category X. Now 54% into 360. 360 into 54% means approximately which is equal to 192. So it is going to take up to this one. Okay. So from here to here, it is 180. It is adding of this one. So this is Y category and the remaining is Z category. So it is going to make a pie plot in that way. Pie plot represents the percentages. How much percentages? Right? So pie plot represents the percentage, whereas bar plot represents the count. Right? Is that clear? Now, earlier I have told you, right, that liver patient, whatever the liver patient dot value counts, what is the answer of this one? DF of liver patient dot value counts. Up to this, what is the answer? 7. Yeses are 7. No's are 3. Now divide by length of DF of liver patient. Length of liver patient. What is the length? 10. So divide by 10. If you divide by 10, what is the answer? 0.7, 0.3. So this is the answer which you are going to get. Right? So just you are going to take divide by total value. Right? Next, DF of liver patient dot value counts normalize is equal to true. Means whatever you, if you write normalize is equal to true, the same logic of this one. The same logic of this one, whatever you have got in the back end, just it is going to divide by the total values. Total values is nothing but normalization. Dividing by total is called as normalization. Right? This one and this one are same. If you can remember normalize is equal to true, miss, this is the best option. If you can't remember, miss, in the backend, just it is dividing by the total only. Okay. So the total number of records you can get like this. Length of DF is one option. Length of DF is one option, and you'll get the answer as 10. Okay. Just if you ask without writing this one also, just if you ask with length of DF also, you'll get the same answer. Right? Answer will be the same. Now, second option is DF dot shape of 0. That is also 10 only. If you divide with, instead of this one, if you write with respect to DF dot shape means 10, 6, out of which 10 I want means select with respect to 0. Answer will be the same. Okay. That one, this one, multiple answers are there. Is that clear? Or if you know, sir, all these things, instead of direct, I will only write 10, sir. Same. No need to discuss anything. Directly, you are only writing the number. Okay. Simple. Still more simple. Right? Is that clear? So you can write 10. You can write with respect to DF dot shape of 0. Or you can write with respect to length of DF. Or you can write length of DF of liver patient. Okay. These are the 4 different options you can divide. Finally, it is going to divide with 10 only. If you write that one, this one, this one, this one also, 4 options will divide with 10 only. Right? Now, simply you want to write normalize is equal to true, miss, automatically it will only calculate everything and it will only print. It will only calculate the total value. It will only select everything. Just we have to take value counts in bracket. We have to write normalize is equal to true. Right? Now, if normalize is equal to true, means now the data is S is 0.7. No is 0.3. Now I'm going to use kind is equal to bar. Now if I'm going to make a bar plot, now this is what this is called as now discrete probability distribution. Earlier it is a discrete frequency distribution. Now probability distribution, because you are dividing with the total now. Each category divided by the total. How many S's are there? What is the probability of S miss? 7 by 10. What is the probability of no miss? 3 by 10. Value counts are nothing but their values. Divide by total, which is nothing but their probability. So this is called as discrete probability distribution. Earlier, whatever we have worked is discrete frequency distribution. So 7 yes, 3 no's. 7 yes and 3 no's. This is with respect to called as count or frequency. So this is called as frequency distribution. This time the same height of 7, but instead of 7.7. Now this is probability. And 0.3. You are taking 0.3, 0.7. So one is frequency distribution, one is probability distribution. And this probability distribution, generally, whatever the percentages you are having, these percentages will be represented by pie chart. Count will be always represented by bar. Count will be represented by bar. Percentage will be represented by using the pie chart. Okay. Sir, in the pie chart also we can represent this one 7, this one 3 now. Yes, here also you can represent. Here also you can represent the percentage. Here, in both the cases, see, this is bar. This is bar graph. In the bar graph, you can show the count, you can show the percentage. Similarly, in the pie also, in the pie chart also, you can show with respect to count, you can show their percentage. In this also you show, in this also you can show both of them. For bar chart, this is best. For pie chart, this is the best. Generally, pie chart represents the percentage, not the count. If you want to showcase the count miss, then go with the bar chart. Selecting the right graph for right purpose is also most important. Okay. Instead of showing here 0.7 and 0.3, this makes with a visualization or understanding easily comparatively. Now, since it is a small data, you may not find that much of difference. When we work on the Matplotlib and Seaborn, there I'm going to take the large amount of data. Then automatically you can find the difference, right? When you are having a small records of 10 data points and that two categories only, so you may not find that much of huge difference. So when we work on the large data set, you can find easily that we see in the Matplotlib and Seaborn, right? So pi is generally represented with their percentages. Okay. So whenever you are using the normalize is equal to true, go with the percentage. If you're not using the normalize is equal to true, miss, go with the bar plot. This is the best options. Is that clear? Next. Now, what is this one? What is this meaning of this one? Can anyone? DF of gender is equal to male. Means all the male records it is going to separate and I'm going to save in the male. Means now if I open the male DF, in that only the male records will be there. Now, similarly, if I write within this, now only male records is what is the DF you have created? Male. Now, male of liver patient dot value counts. Now tell me what is this? 5 yes, 2 no's. Total, you are having 7 records of male. Within the 7 records of male, 5 of yes and 2 of them are no. Okay, 5 of yes and 2 of them are no. Similarly, female. Go with the female. First, female data. You are extracting the wherever the gender is equal to female. First, you write the female data. Now, how many female data you are having? Total, how many female records are there? 3 records. So first, it is going to select the 3 records. I'm going to get the output as 3 records. Now, within these 3 records, within these 3, I'm asking with respect to how many of them are liver patient value counts. Within these 3 records, how many yes? 2. How many no? 1. This is related to female records. For female records, we have selected like this. For male records, we have selected like this, right? Now, both of them, that is nothing but total records are 10. Okay. What I'm going to do is here, I'm going to apply the liver patient with respect to yes and no. 2 options are there, and male and female, 2 categories are there. Now, total males are 10. Sorry, total males are 7. Out of 7, how many females? How many of them are having liver patient yes? 5. How many of them are no? 2. And similarly, within the female, how many of them are yes? Within the female, how many of them are yes miss? 2. How many of them are no miss? 1. Right? 2 and 1. Now, I want a data set in this way. I want a data frame in this way. For males separately, how many yeses are there? How many no's are there? How many females are having with yes and no's? Means within the females, how many of them are liver patient? Within the male, how many of them are liver patient? Now, if I want this one, generally, what is the code I have to write? Miss total 4 lines of code I have to write. That is the first one is, first you have to extract the data of females separately. And for that female data, you have to write the value counts. Similarly, you have to take the male data separately. For that male data, you have to take the value counts. Total 4 lines of code you have to write. Right? First female data you are separating. Within the female data, liver patient value counts. First you are separating male data. For within the male data, value counts. So 2 lines, 2 lines. Total 4 lines we have to write generally. But instead of writing these 4 lines, we can write in just in 1 line. That is called as cross tab. That is called as cross tab. Cross tab means by applying the cross, both of them. In the back end, the same thing will be applied. So I'm asking cross tab, liver patient, comma, gender. 2 options I'm giving. In the cross tab, you have to give 2 arguments you have to give. This function was created with 2 input arguments. So 2 columns I'm going to give. Now for these 2 columns, I'm going to get a cross tab in this way. Now here within the liver patient, no and yes, female and male. So now you can see here within the female category, how many of them are no's and how many of them yes. Within the male category, how many no and how many yes. Right? So now total female, what is the total female? 3. Total male is 7. Total no's are 3. Total yes are 7. I want this one also. Then you have to add the margins is equal to true. then the totals also will be printed. Each column, each row total also will be added. That is called as margins is equal to true. If you don't write margins is equal to true, the totals will not be there. Right? So whenever you are using the cross tab, automatically in the backend, this is the lines of code. It is going to execute. So when the cross tab, whenever you are using the cross tab, the most important part you have to remember is two arguments, both of them should be discrete only. This is applied on the discrete variable. This is applied on the two discrete variables. Cross tab is applied only on the two discrete variables. You can't select as per your choice. Two discrete variables, right? Is that clear? Means, so for example, in this class, total 100 students are there. Out of 100 students, how many of them are girls and boys? So assume that 20 girls are there, 80 boys are there, assume. Right? Now, offline students are there, online students are also there. Within that 100, few of them are offline and few of them are online. 30 of them are offline, 70 of them are online. Okay, assume like this. This is the condition. Total 100 only. Whether this one or this one, total 100 only. Finally 100 only. Now I want within the offline 30 students, how many again girls and boys are there? Within the 70, how many girls or boys are there? This is my requirement. So I know this with the class. What is the mode of learning? df of mode of learning dot value counts. If I apply, I will get with respect to offline students as 30 and online students as 70. If I apply the value counts for the mode of learning. Now within the 30, how many girls and how many boys also I want to furtherly divide. Means only within this, whatever the offline students are there, first separately I'm focusing only on the offline students. Separately I'm focusing on the online students. Then you have to write 2-3 different conditions. That 3 different conditions we are going to apply by using the cross tab at a time. Then I will get with respect to the entire table like that. For example, let us take like this. The same example. Assume that in the 30 offline students, 25 of them are boys, 5 of them are girls. In the offline out of 70, 45 are boys, 25 are girls. Assume this is the condition. Okay. Now, if I apply the cross tab, the column names, 2 column names are, first column name is called as mode of learning. What is the mode of learning? Second column name is called as gender. These are the 2 columns. Assume these are the 2 columns I'm having. First column is this one, second column is this one. Now, I'm going to use cross tab, period dot cross tab. Now, within the cross tab, first I will take the df of gender. First I'm writing df of gender. So since I have written the word of df of gender, gender column, that is boys and girls will be selected here. Followed by df of mode of learning. So offline, online, it will be taken here. Whatever you have written here, it will be selected in the columns. Whatever you have written the second one, that will be considered in the rows. Is that clear? Now, once this is done, now within the offline students, how many boys are there? 25. And how many girls are there? 5. And this one is 45 and this one is 25. It is going to print in this way. Cross tab will work in this way. So just if you observe here, I have taken the liver patient followed by gender. So liver patient was taken this side, that is SNO, and gender was taken in this direction. Now let us change this one. Means first let us take the gender followed by liver patient. Let us take like this. Now gender is on this side. You can see the gender was this side and liver patient is this side. Whatever you have written first one, that will come in this way, and this will take in this way. Is that clear? Now that is called as cross tab. Now last function within this last one, group by. Keep the star marks how many you want. Unlimited star marks. No limit on that. No upper limit on that star marks. 100% with you have to get. Okay. In the real life, without group by, we can't do even one project also. Of course, everything are important only. There is no time for me to discuss unimportant things. Okay, in my class, whatever the each one I'm discussing, everything is important. Whatever in the real life we are using the which are the functions I'm using in the real life for solving the data science projects. Only those functions we are discussing, which are unimportant functions we are not discussing also. Right now, next one is group by. Okay, now very simple question. Why all these things? I have forgot. Sorry. Let us open the DF. Here itself, I'll open the DF. So now within the DF, what is the average of the male? Sorry, what is the average age? What is the average age? What we are going to do? First, we'll take the age column dot mean. We are going to apply like this, right? And we got the answer as 46.6. That is the answer for the age column. The average value is 46.6. Okay, miss, just it is going to add everything divided by 10. That is total is 466 divided by 10, which is nothing but 46.6. Now, okay, this is average. Okay, fine. I don't want average with respect to oral. I want what is the average of the male, what is the average of the female. Calculate. Data set is in front of you. Calculate that one. I want, what is the question is, male, within the male category, what is the average age? Age average, mean of age for male separately and for female separately. Calculate, guys. First you do the manual calculation. How you will do the manual calculation, let us see. So wherever the male is there, that is 72 plus 62 plus 62 plus 58 plus 46 plus 29 plus 17 divided by 7. Wherever the female is there, that is 65 plus 29 plus 26 by 3. This is 49.4. This is 44. 40, only 40, round figure 40. Okay, round figure 40. So this is 49.4 and this is 40. Okay, now you have done the manually. Now tell me, using the pandas, how to do? DF of, first you have to take the DF of gender, which is equal to male. First you have to separate the male data. Wherever the male data is there, this one you have to separate and you have to store in the some male, some name it as male. Okay, now you'll get the male data. Now male data was separated. Now within the male data, whatever the age column is there, for that you have to apply the mean. Right? Now let us try the same question. First I am separating the DF, whatever the DF of gender is equal to male. Wherever the male. So first male records are separated. Let us take in this one. So now what happens? Male records are separated. Now whatever the male records are there, these male records I am going to store in the male with one data frame name called as male. Okay, for this data frame, now if I check this data frame, in this only the male records will be there. Within this, I'm going to select the age column. Whatever the age column is there, that I'm going to select age. Okay, I got the age column. And for that, I'm going to apply the mean. So total, I'm writing how many lines of code? Means 2 lines of code. No, sir, why to write 2 lines of code? If this copy, this male also here only. Copy, paste here only. Now delete this one. Wherever the male is there, male replace with that. Okay, now you'll get in 1 line only. Okay, 1 line, satisfied. Now similarly for female, what we are going to do? Same to same, copy, paste. And here, instead of wherever the male is there, that we have to replace with female. And we are going to get, these are the 2 separate lines I have written. Okay, I want in the single only. Means that is called as group by. Now PD dot group by. group by gender wise. You are going to separate them as gender wise. Whatever the gender is there, you are going to separate them as gender wise. Now, whenever you have separated them gender wise, means now what happened? The entire record data was separated based on the gender. Male records are one group, female records are one group. Up to here, what is the meaning of group by of gender means? The meaning of this one is nothing but df of gender, whatever the gender. Okay, whatever the whatever the gender we are having, and is equal to male, and similarly female. This is the meaning of group by. Group by means separate the records based on the gender. In the gender, 3 categories are there means 3. 10 categories are there means 10. Whatever the categories are there, how many unique categories are there? Each one, for each category, you have to separate the records. Now, the male category records are in one location, female records are one set. This is called as group by function. Now, after grouping, each of them separately. That is grouped, this is grouped. Now, within this group, from each group, you take the age column. Means it is going to select in this group age column. Whatever the age column is there in this group, it is going to select. In this group also, it is going to select the age column. Whatever in this group is there. Okay, selected. After selecting this one, now you apply for that mean. Now, whatever the answer you are going to get here. And this one also, it is going to apply the mean. Since both the lines are there, you have to print like this. Separately, you have to print. And for this one also, if you write print, the same answer, whatever you get here also, the same thing, right? The only difference between both of them is with respect to here, it is going to take in the 2 lines. That is the backend code. If whenever you write the group by function, in the group by, it is going to apply this one only. And if you want to print that female also means first category, whatever the category first one is there, that is nothing but female, comma, and next one is male, comma. Is that clear? That is the backend code. Is the point is clear? What is meant by group by means? First, it is going to divide into the groups. So to divide into the groups, this should be compulsory discrete variable only. To divide into the groups means that should be discrete variable. For discrete variable only, categories will be there. Each category will be there. Each category, the data will be separated. Now, for example, I'm having X, Y, X, Z, X, Z, X, Z, Y, Z. Something I'm having data like this. Now, whichever the X records are there, all the X records will be separated. 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 records will be separated. Y. These 3 Ys will be separated. Z. 4 Zs will be separated. This is the meaning of group by miss. Group by miss, each category, you are going to group those records. Is that clear? So whenever you are applying the group by function, this should be a discrete variable. For that discrete variable, you are going to select one more column. That column is second choice is yours, as per your choice. Whatever you want. For example, if you are taking the mean, instead of this age, you are writing the liver patient. Let us take the liver patient. The second option, I'm grouping with respect to gender wise. After that, liver patient. For the liver patient, I can apply only the option called as mode. Means for liver patient, which is the most repeated value. So it is going to separately, it is going to see for males, what is the most repeated value, for females, what is the most repeated value. And it is going to give that one. Okay. It is not having the option of mode. Or you can take with respect to the same, like age. Let us take the age column. For the age column, you can do even the dot sum. Okay. Sum means just it is going to do the sum of all the ages. Okay. Mean means it is going to take the average of that one. Generally, whatever the group by function is there, generally the group by will be with respect to one discrete and one continuous. One continuous. Is that clear? So one discrete variable and one continuous variable, if you apply that, in it is grouped by. Two discrete variables miss, then it is with respect to cross tab. Clear, guys? Any questions with respect to this? So today we have seen the most important of entire pandas, that is filter function. Means by applying the various conditions, we have extracted the data. And along with that, we have seen the unique function for discrete variables, unique categories, and value counts. What is the meaning of value counts? And then we have seen with respect to a cross tab and next group by. So these are the things which we have discussed in the today's class. Along with the bar plot, what is meant by bar plot and what is meant by pie plot, how we can make them in the pandas using pandas. The same plots using the Seaborn and Matplotlib also we are going to see. Okay, not only with the pandas, we can apply using the Seaborn and Matplotlib also. Right? These are the things. And what is the difference between the bar plot and pie plot? And what is the difference between the frequency distribution versus probability distribution? Right? Clear, guys? And in the next exam, whatever the exam we are going to conduct, in the next exam, 100% there'll be coding related questions. The coding related questions from the pandas. Okay. In the interview also, they'll ask in because if I ask the coding questions related to core Python, now few people will write if like this and they'll write in the next line only. They don't know that the indentation, how much length they have to keep. Again, it is going to be a problem. So instead of asking the core Python questions, directly I will ask the questions from the pandas only. So for pandas, there is no indentation, there is no second line, third line like this, right? Directly, that might be 1 line of code, that might be 3 lines of code, that might be 10 lines of code, but using the pandas. You should be very, very, very strong on the pandas. 100% I'm going to ask I'll share you one rectangular box. In that, I'll share you some data. For this data, I'll ask how to extract this one. For extracting this data, what is the condition I have to write? For extracting this one, what is the thing I have to write? By using lock means you have to write using the lock. By using ilock means you have to write by using ilock. If I ask how to calculate the mean, what is the code for calculating the mean means for a particular column, you have to write. If I ask generalize means, you have to write the syntax like this. df of, you have to take the column name, whatever the column name, dot mean. This is the syntax. If I clearly write that for the age column, how to calculate the mean means, clearly you have to also take the age over here. If I ask generalize means, you have to write the syntax. Is that clear? So next test, whatever the test we are having, 100% we are going to have on that. You didn't share the exercise we have done on the mean, median, CPF and PPF. I have already uploaded, right? Not uploaded. Okay. So descriptive statistics using pandas was not uploaded. Okay. Once again, I will upload that one immediately in the descriptive statistics folder only. Just open your descriptive statistics folder. Inside that, you'll see that descriptive statistics using pandas. How we can do using the pandas. I'll upload immediately and you can practice. Right, guys? Is that clear? Just in 5-10, after the class, within 5-10 minutes, I'll upload after the class. If I have not uploaded, miss, immediately I'll upload. Right? Now, any questions till now? Whatever we have done. Now, can we move on to the next topic called as inferential statistics? Within the statistics, inferential statistics. Now, what is meant by inferential statistics? Keep the name called as most confusing topic of data science. And keep one more sentence also. We have to focus clearly, otherwise we not understand. Write that sentence also. 100% if you don't focus, miss, nothing you will understand. Most confusing topic of entire data science is inferential statistics only. And 90% of the trainers will skip this topic also, because it get confused to others and they'll ask again confusion questions. Again, they'll tell the confusion answers. So finally, confusion word will be common. So that is the reason 90% of the trainers will ignore this topic also. But most important topic for a data analyst. for the data analyst role, one of the most important topic, right? Inference statistics. So before moving to the inference statistics, prepare for whatever we have completed the pandas today, and we'll see the inference statistics tomorrow. Don't miss the class, and fix that. Tomorrow you have to focus more when compared to others. Okay. If you focus, miss one of the easiest topic. If you don't focus, miss one of the difficult topic is inference statistics. Right? Done. Any questions, miss, you can ask. You are having 15 minutes of time. You can ask what are the questions. Cross tab. Cross tab means nothing but just you are applying the two discrete variables. Take any two discrete variables of your choice. You only tell me any two discrete variables. Choice is yours, but it should be discrete. Don't say the gender, they were patient. Don't use these two columns. Remaining anything, what are the name you want, you tell. Rank. Rank is not considered as a discrete variable. I'm saying with respect to categories, which are having the categories. Student or faculty. Within that, tell me some values as per your choice. Student, faculty, like this. Or